refers to? Could it be whether we choose to engage in certain conflicts or not? Or maybe it's exactly that, and a little bit more nuanced at the same time. This is the battles we pick. And the word battles is simply an interchangeable term for anything that requires our time, our energy, and a decision. For example, this could be an interpersonal conflict with other people, whether that is not being able to bear responsibility due to pride, or internal conflict with seeking validation in social settings, or anything that requires a decision. For example, choosing to go on a run or buying flowers for a friend. Pick your battles. That is something my mom would always say to me when I was younger. And now, being at boarding school in Italy, in my final year of high school, I still don't understand how to do this well. And so I'm going to pick another battle right now by saying it's completely possible to be completely selfless. It is possible to be completely selfless. What do you think about that? Well, the common belief is that it's not possible. Why? Because individuals are inherently self-interested, and everything always revolves back to us subconsciously. And so I would raise questions to this. Why is that? Because for one, if it's subconscious, it means it could also not revolve back to you. And secondly, how does it help any of us to think like this? If we think it is not possible for anybody to be selfless. Let me put this into an analogy using trust. Right? And trust is an interchangeable term for selflessness, or person who is. If I decide not to trust anybody, I will never be able to receive trust from anybody else. No matter how hard somebody tries, and they could try for days, weeks, months, or years, and I will still never be able to receive their trust. On the other hand, if I am open to trust, yes, unfortunately, there will be people who break this trust as well. And it's not to say that that is good, it's unfortunate. And at the same time, we will find people who give us trust back. And there's a beauty in that, because it's an intangible concept that there's no chain, physical chain between two people for this term of trust or selflessness. And so I want to talk about expectations that we set. And when it comes to the idea of trust again, well, it's not possible to predict whether somebody is trustworthy or not, though we can also try and be a little bit more holistic. Take a step back. Think about, this person is somebody I talk to frequently, though they also seem to maybe not grasp the weight behind the fact that I'm telling them something specifically to them, and only them. So by setting an expectation of them to hold the trust I instill to them, it makes it hard for me or anybody else to not put high barriers up with other people in the future, in which people are different. And so one person's trust breakage does not lead to the next person's trust breakage. And the other thing that is inherently difficult during battles are labels. Mel. One word, simple, and seemingly harmless. Yes, labels are here to help us. They're to help us categorize and understand and process information, and at the same time, should they be taking away from how we see people as well? Because from personal experience, what it means is there's automatic assumption that because of this label, what are his intentions? Or he must be more immature because he's a guy. And so this simple label automatically dehumanizes people. And this is not simply about the labels of gender. This could happen to be about race or anything else. She's like this or he's like that. That's just the person who ends up doing this. And so we end up not only separating people, but we end up not understanding the intricacies behind people as well. We're confining how we see people. And so how can we work towards preventing this? And this goes back to the idea of being holistic. It's making the difference between what does being holistic and what does being logical mean. Logic, by definition, refers to thinking on some sort of absolute objective sensibility. Unfortunately, the case is for many of us that our logic is actually based on what we think logic is. So it's not necessarily logic. Whereas looking at something holistically is not simply about what you may think or what somebody else may think if this is a conflict, for example, though understanding the different factors that might be involved. Because this is not about rights and wrongs. And so, how can we attempt to implement this and work towards this? Well, already by thinking about that question, you are. And you may not know specifically or have a certain whole formula laid out for you. And that's okay. That's not the point. If there had to be something you could work towards, a battle to pick would be to challenge perspectives outside of your comfort zone. This is not simply about conversations or whether the perspectives are controversial or not. Perspectives that are not necessarily controversial as well to be challenged. Because this will help us understand the battles we have with people more, understand things internally and understand things externally from different people's point of views and the environment around us. So, what do you think of your own battles? Yes, you're correct to think that even if you do this, it's not possible to perfect your life by picking your battles. And at the same time, there's a finite amount of time, there's a finite amount of opportunities shown to you, and there's a finite amount of opportunities you take. Not taking any opportunities and worrying about taking every opportunity you have is not worth it. That's a battle not to pick. So what opportunities do you take? And it goes the same for battles as well. Right? Realizing that some battles might be more worth taking or others might be less worth taking is attempting to make the battles count. And, well, not picking any battles is a battle to pick in itself. How can we be a little bit more extrospective? Let's work together to learn the tranquility of life, the art, the depth of maturity, the thrill of learning, and the battles we pick. Thank you.